concrete to the ground. I met with a group of them today. If there is no time in your life that you have faced a problem together as a nation, this is the time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished. It's not going to be through war, but these people are determined to root this country to the ground. You won't have a country to come to. I talked to senators and representatives. You might be a senator or representative, but there'll be no country that you represent. When we decided on Molu, it was to begin to tell you that we are in to make sure that the best of us, people who we can trust, are given responsibilities to do these kind of exercises. They can't win an election, so they want to steal it. All they are trying to do is what they should have done over the years to do the right thing for the problem. Together as a nation, this is the time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished. It's not going to be through war, but these people are determined to root this country to the ground. You won't have a country to come to. I talked to senators and representatives. You might be a senator or representative, but there'll be no country that you represent. When we decided on Molu, it was to begin to tell you that we are in to make sure that the best of us, people who we can trust, are given responsibilities to do these kind of exercises. They can't win an election, so they want to steal it. All they are trying to do is back. I met with a group of them today. If there is no time in your life that you have faced a problem together as a nation, this is the time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished. It's not going to be through war, but these people are determined to root this country to the ground. You won't have a country to come to. I talked to senators and representatives. You might be a senator or representative, but there'll be no country that you represent. When we decided on Molu, it was to tell you that we are in
Another day again, another morning. What a pleasant morning it is. Thank you so much that you join us, man. Welcome to Let's Talk About It on Kings 88.5. Today is the midweek day, as they say, Wednesday, the 8th day of October 2025. I'm Sam Andrews, sitting in for Israel Boy. We are here. Who can be in the day because he is undertaking a very major assignment. So he just can't be in. However, he's in tomorrow. Let's have the show together, and then tomorrow Israel Boy we are seeing is in when he done with a major assignment he has undertaken institutionally. I'm Sam Andrews. Another day, another morning. Great day it is. Good morning. Good morning. Let me say good morning to all of you. At least, I greeted you people first, didn't I? Yes. But however, that's it. Good morning. You're doing good? You are okay? Yes. I know you people are all good. Great people. You're so marvelous, so wonderful. Have you started checking? You have to start checking. October 18, start checking. Every day you mark the date. Every day you mark until the 18th of October 2025. Great day. It's going to go down in history as one of the greatest dates in the life of the Coalition for Democratic Change and George Manning Weah. This is going to be so special, so extraordinary, so massive. So welcome all of you. Thank you for coming on. All of you great people. We appreciate your presence on the show this morning. Again, Israel isn't in this morning. He is embarking on a major institutional assignment. That's the reason he isn't in. Hopefully, tomorrow, with God hovering, Israel we are seeing will be in. Until then, we've got a couple of issues to talk about. Yes, and let's talk about it. We talk Liberia. We've got nothing to talk but Liberia. Nothing so precious to us, Liberia. Nothing is more worth talking about Liberia. The bad part of Liberia is the accident we have on us. That accident is called Unity Party. Interestingly, they are failing. They are failing by the day. The situation is messy. They just can't understand what is happening, why it's happening, who is responsible. Confusion in the camp. International pressure is on them. The International Monetary Fund has released a damning report, very discouraging about this government. Things are getting worse. They are bad and getting worse by the day. So Liberia is the only thing we've got to talk about. Yes. The only thing. Nothing else but Liberia. So we've got a couple of issues to run you through, and then we are out. We are out. Today is Wednesday, midweek. May week. The issues are so interesting. So interesting, but don't be excited because they are bad. If you must be excited, only seditions, they are very bad. This government is finding it so hard. Initially, they thought they were coming in to have a smooth ride, a silver platter. They thought they had all of the solution. But now things are going haywire, that most of their officials are not even sure that they can win 2029. So they have developed Plan B approach. Plan B approach is you're not too sure that Unity Party will win 2029. So you start to play a middle role between the opposition and the ruling establishment. That's what it is. That's the atmosphere now. When you heard the chairman of CDC Construction Committee, Councillor Fonati Kofa, say that 18% of CDC headquarters construction come from Unity Party, believe that that is 100% truth. Fonati Kofa in himself, as Fonati Kofa, a person, Fonati Kofa as a lawyer, a reputable lawyer, a seasoned lawyer. Fonante Kofa, with an international acclaim record. Fonante Kofa, as chairman of the construction committee, would not trade his character into lying. What he said, that 18% of CDC construction or headquarters construction comes from Unity Party, that's true. There are people within Unity Party who are supportive of the initiative. Leave it as it is. The party is crumbling. Things aren't well in the party at all. Even Rescue Rambo is uncomfortable. Have you heard anything from Rescue Rambo lately? Rescue Rambo is trying to find an alternative route to escape and leave Unity Party in their messy situation. All right. So the first thing we've got to talk about is the man or the ministry that is responsible for coordinating the government's public relations, called the Ministry of Information. Interestingly, Jeremy Pia has lost his essence and value as the Minister of Information. We have criticized, we have checkmated him, we've disagreed with him on issues, but we have never thought that it will go to the extreme that elite voices in this country will descend on Jeremy Pia. Voices from everywhere are descending on Jeremy Pia. And what they are saying is, look at the description they have put on him. It's not representative of the Minister of Information. The Minister of Information is that bridge between the public and the government. The Minister of Information is the melting pot between political parties, the government, civil society institutions, the media. The Minister of Information is never a propagandist. If he puts on a propagandistic posture, it is to refine that information that seems so blurred in the understanding of the public. So he comes with clarity. The Minister of Information never engages into water politics, sidewalk politics. When the Minister of Information leaves his relevant posture and get into water politics, then he's no longer the Minister of Information. And you will expect different descriptions of what people are now putting on him. Minister of Information, can you imagine? They're referring to him as Mancos Minister. Mancos Minister. That's how people, I didn't expect. I'm going through a lot. Top brass. They're referring to him that way as Mancos Minister of Information. Meaning, the only thing he does, alongside his Peking, Daniel Sano, to insult people. This is the minister who said that the Ministry of Information will not be as it was in the past, that they will rebrand the Ministry of Information. It will be purely to disseminate the information of the government. Instead, it has taken on that reversal posture, going back to what they condemn, insulting all over the place. And now look how he's been referred to as cursing. Is it Mancos Minister? Mancos Minister. And that is very bad. Mancos Minister. Terrible. The Ministry of Information has lost its essence under the Unity Party-led government. It's because they do not have a coordinated information flow. They have not the idea. Under no circumstance do they have. We know that for a fact because we're seeing it. Comparatively, it was better in Ellen, in Wea than this. why the condemnation is so strong against the information system, if it is ever a system, or the Ministry of Information now, because of how or what the provider told the public during the campaign, that the information system would not only be consistent, but it would not be the usual. It will not be the usual reactionary Ministry of Information or Minister of Information, Deputy Minister of Information. It will not take on any one of those features they condemned in the past. And that is why the criticisms, the condemnations are so strong against this minister and the Ministry of Information in this regime. When you pride yourself as having all of the knowledge, that you are absolute in yourself, the public expect nothing but perfection. Anything short of perfection, you are condemned. And that is what is happening to Jerylimic Pia. They have to refine, they have to do a recalibration of the Ministry of Information. If it continues this way, I can tell you it will be good for the opposition. And like I have always said, we will want that. There's no need to hide. I know what an opposition radio is. I know an opposition radio is not necessarily promotive of the government, but it can acknowledge when the government do something, but it is not its responsibility to disseminate government's information or refine it. It is their responsibility to promote their agenda, but they can acknowledge when the government has done something right. Yes. So they have to change. They have to change that style. It is not right at all. It is not helping the government. There is a messy situation, a messy information. There isn't a system, and it is hurting the public. They think that nothing is happening. It is hurting the public. And what's going to happen is, if it continues this way, it will take away so much from President Bouaka going into 2029. These two guys who sit at the Ministry of Information, called Jerylimic Pia and Daniel Sano, are messing things up. They are bad off. They are sick. They just don't know the job. They just don't know. Why will a Ministry of Information responsible principally to disseminate in government's information resort to insulting, cursing, condemning every politician who expresses his or her opinion, entitled opinion, and you call that Ministry of Information? You call Jerylimic Pia, Daniel Sano, ministers of government information dissemination? No, they are ministers of reaction. They're just there to react because that's what they're doing. Nothing extra they are doing at that Ministry of Information. Every day, once a citizen who is entitled to his opinion, guided and covered by the Constitution, they find it offensive and they resort to insulting. If Bouaka is serious, if he needs his information to flow readily, that it should resonate with the public, he needs to remove Daniel Sando from over there and speak to Jerylimic Pia. Daniel Sano has never helped that ministry, and he's even making it bad for Pia, and Pia does not even know that Daniel Sano is making it so messy for him. How can you have a deputy minister insulting everybody who expresses his opinion? In essence, he wants, or at the Ministry of Information, they want everybody to worship Bouaka. Nobody should say anything against, nobody should express their opinion about issues unfolding in this country. Nobody should express their opinion about the government. But everybody should praise the government. How messy, how mentally deficient is that? You call yourself an educated person. People are entitled to their opinion. The great United States, people say all manner of things against Donald Trump. Countries all around the world, leaders, presidents are brought under the microscope. People express their opinion. They don't go condemning those people. They don't go saying all kinds of things, vilifying them. They know that they're entitled to their opinion, and it helps. It enhances the country's democracy. Once there is a realistic, unique exchange of idea, the country gets enlightened. The country's democracy grows. But when you put on a mercenary posture, a Nebuchadnezzaric instinct that nobody should speak against Joseph Yuma Boakai, nobody should express their opinion about anything, the government, nobody should say anything. If you ever said anything, it should be in favor of the president, the government. That's dementia. That's mental deficiency. And that is why our democracy isn't growing. If it is growing, it's growing in a more childish way, too petty. And that's what we see every day. You wake up in the morning, this minister is getting ready to insult. This minister is getting ready to tell this person something because they express their opinion on XYZ. Yesterday, you people the government was tolerant. You look in the president's face and disagree with the president. You disagree with his government. You criticize, you condemn. And nobody said anything because you are entitled to your opinion. Today, nobody. President Boakai has to clean that ministry. It is not helping. It is not helping him at all. He has to clean that ministry. Part of the cleansing, if he can remove Jeremy Pia, he has to speak to him and tell him to do a recalibration and move Daniel Sano from over there. Daniel Sano is not a communicator. Even Pia is not fully a media communicator. So you have two disjointed individuals, two misguided individuals. So what are you going to have? Crisis. And that's what we see at the Ministry of Information. Crisis. The man wakes up in the morning, he's thinking. He's so energetic to read or hear who has said something against President Boakai or any one of the officials, so that he goes to the Ministry of Information and just spew out all kinds of different sort of languages or descriptions. Now, when people describe Boakai, then they get vexed. And listen, if you don't want anybody to criticize you, don't come into the public space. Joseph Boakai criticized people when he was in the past. Is this not Joseph Boakai condemning? He said, when you keep these people in power, is this not Joseph Boakai in opposition?
There's no time in your life that you have faced a problem you have to fight. It's not about a party. It's not about an individual. It's a concern that we should share. And I'm very happy to see Liberians in the diaspora who are coming back. I met with a group of them today. There's no time in your life that you have faced a problem together as a nation. This is the time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished. You have faced a problem together as a nation. This is the time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished. Time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished. It's not going to be through war, but this is the time. You keep these people in power, I say again, the country is finished.
Say that or express that same opinion today. All the government officials will hang on you. But here is Joseph Boakai in power, in opposition then, referring to the previous administration. And he even said worst thing. Whoever went after who went after him by condemning him, he was entitled to his opinion. You can. It doesn't make sense. You guys at the Ministry of Information have to change. You people are stooping so low. You people, the impression you gave us, even though we doubted that impression, but we took it for discussion's sake. Now you people are proving truly your ineptitude. You have to. If Braga, you don't want anybody to criticize Braga Joshua, told him don't contest the presidency. Once you come into the public space, you will be criticized. Any minister who is in the public space, you people criticize us as media people. We don't go out condemning you. We accept it. You say all manner of things against us. You call us John the Lace. You call us on school. You call us Cato journalists. You call us all kinds of names, all kinds of descriptions. We have no problem with it because you people are entitled to your opinion. We don't get on the radio and insult you and say you said this to us. No, we move along. We see you guys outside. We get along well. We crack jokes. We laugh. We move on. We don't have any hate against you. Lawmakers will go in their chimos and say all manner of things against journalists. They are Cato journalists. They only know how to run behind money. They only know how to run behind Cato. They blackmail you for Cato. All kinds of things we hear them say. But are we offended by that? No. Do we come and condemn them? No. Why? Because that's democracy. They're entitled to their opinion. If you don't want anybody to checkmate or to say anything expressive of what they see in the country about the president, about his officials, then you tell Joseph Yema Boakai and his ministers to step aside, go into their private life, and nobody will say anything against them. But once you are in the public space, you will be checkmated, you will be criticized, people will express their opinion. Criticism is not insult. Criticism is just expressing one's opinion, and that opinion is expressed in a more refined manner. Unlike the Minister of Information and his Peking, who just go about, just say all kinds of things. You take small ball. You mean Deputy Minister for Public Affairs. You know what it means? The Deputy Minister for Public Affairs is the one who serves as the backup to the minister, is the one who advises the minister on XYZ, the one who comes to the minister and say, Mr. Minister, XYZ politician said this, said that. I know it's grave enough, but I don't think it's worth reacting to. Let's allow sleeping dogs to lie. Or Mr. Minister, we can respond, but this is how we go about doing it. The deputy minister is not a small man. He is the technical person. He is the backbone for the minister. The minister is just administrative. But if the deputy minister don't know that role, there's a problem. And that's the problem we're seeing. They have to change that. Boakai has to sift out that place. He has to. That place is bad off. Everything they said we did not have a good communication flow. They said who was speaking for the government. They said Eugene Nangwe was not a communicator, even though he been a journalist for years, but he was not disseminating government information properly. They came onto Ledger who running. They said the same old thing. And truly there were some ups and downs within the government information flow. That led former President George Weah to move in with this leadership by appointing the Reverend lawyer, Dr. Larry Comlan Bropley to develop a synchronized information flow. You are aware we did that. That's how Lauren Bropley went in. Because the opposition was strong. With that, they were hanging on every little thing. And they were right because you hear this minister, when the minister is speaking, the other minister on the other side talking different thing. The other minister on the other side saying this. So there wasn't a synchronized flow of information. Today, we see the same thing. The same thing we see. Boakai has to clean that ministry. He has to. Not that we want Daniel Sano out, but Daniel Sano has not performed. And listen, here is it. Boakai first performance appraisal ceremony. Did he single out the Ministry of Information? Did he give the Ministry of Information its flower for proper dissemination of information? The Ministry of Information wasn't singled out till now. And all these things they are doing, reports are going to the president. Why it is true that the Minister of Information has direct access to the president, but it doesn't say the way in which they are going about with their work. The others are not speaking to the president about it. Jeremiah Pia is not almighty at that Ministry of Information. Daniel Sano is not the son. They have to do what is right. Boakai has to move and clean that ministry. Otherwise, than that, it will get bad off. We are talking again. That's how we were saying we're advising the CDC government. In the past, they were overlooking it. They said we weren't making sense because we're not on prime radio, meaning elite radio. But we were looking at the indicators. We were looking at the future before the future unfolded. Before CDC people realized it, it was late. This distortion in information flow is a problem. He has to clean that place. Take that man from there and put people who are world school. Let me give you this example, then we move on. The same Lawrence Brooklet. We follow that man throughout and even today. Apart from the other imperfections, they will accuse him of corruption. They will accuse him of taking all of the travels onto himself. There are a lot more they brought against him, grave ones, which led Ellen to recall him when he was in the air to return to the country immediately, given the gravity of those allegations. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president, was constrained to remove him. That were some of the imperfections. But on the job itself, Lawrence Brooklet knew the job. He never showed emotion. He never insulted anybody. He never went personal with anybody as Minister of Information. I credit him for that. I'm a testimony, and that's what I'm telling you. The only Minister of Information, as far as I know, since I got into politics, following politics in Liberia, and coming across Information Minister throughout, I've never heard that man, Lawrence Brooklet, as Minister of Information. Government officials said this against Ellen. Government officials condemned Ellen and went to the Ministry of Information and insulted. He always refined. He never took on any anger. He never allowed temper tantrum to control him. People insult Ellen, they will say all manner of things against Ellen. Lawrence Brooklet will either choose to address it or leave you with your opinion. If he chose to address it, he will address it in a manner that will convince you not to do that the next time, meaning your conscience. He will not go insult you. So when he say, oh, Ellen has a bad leadership. Ellen leadership is this, Ellen leadership is that. Lawrence Brooklet will say that's how you understand it. And you are entitled to that. Along the way, the president is doing this, the president is doing that, and the government is making significant progress. You see literacy, you see professionalism, you see communicator. Unlike the guys today, anybody who says, oh, Boakai is not running the country well, then somebody will come, oh, he's shot as dwarf. You got small children over there. No disrespect to them. They are big people. They are men. But listen, when you stoop so low, you're showing your mental lowness. You become tiny. Somebody express their opinion, which they're entitled to. Then you say the person is short as dwarf. And that's just how the person mentor is short. So what have you done now? How have you converted? How have you changed that person? Because you want to change the person thought. And how you do that? By stating exactly what the president or the government is doing. That is the government counter. You don't stoop so low to what the person said. You give a counter of progress. And you leave being unnecessarily descriptive. Somebody say, oh, Kings FM, the style of broadcast is so offensive, it's this and that. It will not get us into insulting that person and giving all kinds of descriptions. We either choose, if we choose to react, we will talk about progress. We'll talk about significant broadcasts. We'll talk about the essence, the breakthroughs we are making in the media landscape, the impact we are making politically. So you know what's going to happen? That criticism to Kings FM will not come again, because the person control will say, but the people will not react. You know, some of the politicians, they say these things to upset. And that's why the guys at the information ministry are not aware of psychologically. To upset, they say when people know your weakness, they use that. They say these guys at the Ministry of Information, they are unrefined. Bwaga just appointed them because he did not have good people. So since their role is to just insult politicians, insult just anybody, let's continue to say this. Let's say that, and let them just be insulting. And as they do, reacting with insults, one so morning, you just hear that they have been removed. Bwaga has to clean that place. Daniel Sano is too inept for that place. Hey, boss man, no. All right. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, there were reports of corruption, allegation at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where Sarah Beslow Yanti is the minister there. Report came out of corruption, shielding, undercover. That's the report that came out. And they try hiding it, but it's hard to hide. The information became evident. And in no time, the Ministry of, not the Ministry, but the Workers Association, they came out to debunk it, saying it is not true at all. I want to talk to that. The people have to stop that. We saw that in previous administration and it didn't work. When a minister is accused of corruption, administrative malpractice, it's all but fair you leave the people to face it and not the workers coming in their defense. It is wrong. It is unprofessional. It is on ministry. It creates more problem than they think they can solve the problem. They have to stop that. Every time something happens, if a minister is accused, deputy minister is accused, a certain portion of the workers at the ministry will come in defense of that minister. You people are not the president. You people, the person was appointed by the president. So you want to give chance. Let the president exonerate himself. If there is anything beyond that, after the investigation, if there will be an investigation, then you can express your joy at exoneration or your sadness at guilt, but not to come in defense of that person when you have not the in total of what led to the allegation. Couple of corruption claims came on the minister. And in no time, the Workers Association jumped to her defense. This is sycophancy, it's hypocrisy, it's pretense, and it is not sustaining at all. No. Hear what he said. The attention of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Workers Association has been drawn to a recent publication in which contains several misleading and unsubstantiated claims intended to cast aspersions on the integrity and professionalism of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and its leadership. The accusation of a pattern of covert deployment, political favoritism, and internal manipulation under the leadership of Sarah Beslow Yanti categorically rejects these allegations as malicious, unfounded, and grossly misleading. They do not reflect the reality within the ministry or the significant progress being made under the administration. As representatives of the workforce, we wish to clarify the following for the record. Then they have institutional reforms and staff welfare, promotion, remuneration improvement, collaborative work environment, capacity building and professional development, international engagement and representation, and on and on. Here is their error, or these are the errors. It's not the normal, but it happened. It is not the normal. Every minister in the Liberian political system sees himself or herself as God once that person has the approval of the president by appointment. That's how they feel. They are law and gospel. They are law and gospel. That's how they feel. They are law and gospel. You can tell us that there is no political favoritism. There's political favoritism. Every minister has somebody they favor, some kind of decision they want to be taken, and somebody has to support them along the way. Everybody have their favor, their preferred person. Everybody. Every minister has not preferred person. I can tell you, I heard a number of things at the Ministry of Information. With time, we'll disclose that. The Minister of Information is not satisfied with certain people. He wants to get them out. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sarah Beslow Yanti wasn't satisfied. She did not see what was the lady? She did not see Penome, Karishma. She did not see Karishma as a preferred person for that position. She did not like Karishma. She did not want Karishma to be in that position. And she saw to it that Karishma be removed, and she's off. She had to resign. She left the position. And after she left the position, go to her post. What she said immediately after that, you can tell that there was a friction, constant harassment. And she said it in her letter, which led her to resign. The minister did not want her there. The minister was not comfortable with her. Today, she's off government. She had to go leave Liberia. She's in the United States. I think she's pursuing her education. So the workers, you can't deny that. Political favoritism, it's all over the place, everywhere. It should not be the normal, but government officials make it normal. Moreover, it is a situation that is hard to deal with. There's political favoritism. You'll leave that. So you people are wrong. Internal manipulation, it's the same as political favoritism. Internal manipulation means you usurping, you micromanaging, you getting things done in a way that puts somebody in a disadvantaged position, so that person doesn't perform well, and it is seen as the person is underperforming. So you manipulate things, you move into micromanage, you usurp the function. There are too many ways it happens, too many ways you see that happening. Just do a careful study about internal manipulation. So that is, it is, the workers cannot tell us that it's not happening. They are not the only person or persons there that see these things happening. No. There is political favoritism. The Minister of Foreign Affairs favors, she likes Deputy Minister Yen. She relates to him. She feels comfortable working with him. She gives him more assignment. She wasn't comfortable politically with Karishma, and she made sure that Karishma off the ministry, and today Karishma is not in government. So it is a characteristic. You workers, you have to be very careful. We've seen workers be affected from lip service. You have to be careful. It is not everything you come in defense of the ministry or the minister. Let the minister speak for herself. If they accuse the minister of administrative malpractice, they accuse the minister of financial impropriety, let the minister be the one to address the issue. She is the one who is accused, not the workers' association. It is unprofessional, it is unethical, it is irresponsible to do that. You aren't the one that is accused. You face your accusation when you are accused. You don't take on the accusation of another person. That is completely irresponsible behavior. The minister is accused. The accusation did not say the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Workers Association. It said the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sarah Beslow Yanti. So the Workers Association got nothing to do with it. You stand down and let her face. If she needs your support along the way and she calls you, fine. But you stand down. Stop that lip service. You condemned it yesterday, you're doing it today. That's lip service. That's sycophancy. That's pretense. You weren't accused. The accusation did not say the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Workers Association. If the accusation had said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Workers Association, then you can come in. It said the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It goes directly to the head, the office. So you cannot defend the office when the office has its defender, the minister. You drop this sycophancy, man. You stop this thing. Everything. Yeah. Ministry of Information Workers Association come in defense of Minister Jeremy Pia. Ministry of Post and Telecommunication Workers Association come in defense of Minister, how do you call our man? Hey, man, he has someone alone name. Yes, you stop that. You stop that. You say you came to power with a system and let the system float. When the accusation is against a person, let the person exonerate himself. Don't take on the person's responsibility. Along the way, when it is established by an investigation that the person truly did the act, what phase will you people have as workers now when you already put yourself in the forefront? And that's how some people got affected in past regime. They got affected, they lost their job. You have to be very careful. Stop stooping so low. Stop the sycophancy. Stop the pretense. Sarah Beslow Yanti knows you people as workers over there. You don't have to lip service. She doesn't need your lip service. She only needs you people to do the work. You people sign up to do a piece of job over there and not to go lip servicing. Ministry of Foreign Affairs Workers Association debunk. Then we go to, they are doing well. But how long? How long would that last? How long? How long? So the Liberia National Tourism has their leaders now. It means the tourism, this bureau now has become autonomous, not an auxiliary again. It is not under the Ministry of Information. So Pierre and his men can go with their coursing throughout. The Liberia National Tourism Authority, Boakai appointed 2 individuals, 1 lady and 1 male. Princess Eva Cooper as Director General and Dogba Norris as Deputy Director General for Planning, Research, and Development. It follows the 2025 Liberia National Tourism Act that brought in the establishment of the Liberia National Tourism Authority under Title 30 of the authority's law. The establishment of Liberia National Tourism Authority marks a major step toward revitalizing Liberia's tourism sector, promoting national heritage, and enhancing the country's image as a unique travel and investment destination. And this, they will not want it. They don't want to hear it. But listen, give credit to whom credit is due. We credit former Representative Akaros Moses Gray for this. He championed it. He saw to it that it became independent. They did everything, he and his colleagues in the legislature then. Today, because you used to hear Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. So it was one. And this department had been dormant. It was in the CDC government that they looked at it and said, no, this department attracts so much investment, responsible for tourism, building the image of the country, attracting investors through tourism, and all those stuff. Akara said, but there's no need that this component that is so vital, it will continue to be a sleeping giant, dead within the Ministry of Information. Let's disconnect it from the Ministry of Information and make it an autonomous, independent institution. And that's how they started the work. Credit to former Representative Akaros Gray that today it is independent. They're responsible now for their own role. The Ministry of Information will only be Ministry of Information. So you don't say Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. No, that aspect is off. That tourism aspect is off. So you can say Ministry of Information. or what's the lady? Moriah Kekula Kopo. She's a Ministry of Man Causing. So thanks to former Representative Akaras Gray for championing that, ensuring that the tourism sector is disconnected from the Ministry of Information, and it is autonomous. It's a separate institution now, not under the Ministry of Information again. It is separate. Yeah. Credit to former Representative Akaras Gray again. There's this report that been going out, or it came out lately, that Deputy Speaker Thomas Falla and his man Richie Coon, they are not in good terms. They have friction. The relationship is sour. They are not in good relationship. But the deputy speaker came out to debunk that, saying that is not true, that he and the speaker, Richie Coon, are in good terms, dismissing it, saying 100% false, that he has fallen out with Speaker Richie Coon, or Speaker Richie Coon has fallen out with him. They have a sour relationship, that there were plans on the way among some lawmakers to remove him and replace him with Representative Sekou Kanin as chair of the House Committee on Executive. He went on to say, it is a myth that is being placed in the public concerning the relationship between him and Richie Coon. The information is not true. That regime speaker Richie Coon enjoys his confidence, and that he enjoyed Richie Coon's confidence. There is a unique relationship between them, that the relationship, his relationship with regime speaker Richie Coon, remains cordial and perfect, that they're working together for the good of the country. The regime speaker enjoys his support as deputy speaker, and he enjoys the regime speaker support as deputy speaker. You go up, you come down, my dear, they will take you from over there. Everything you did in the past will haunt you. Everybody who betrays an institution or individual never goes, because it is seed sowing. That is God right there. Anything you do in life, it comes back to you, either positive or negative. You either reap joyfully or you regret it. That's what it is. The whole world is sowing. What you do, if you sow bad, if you betrayed, it's what you sow. If you did good, it's what you sow. And you will reap the feedback. It is supernatural. It is supernatural. It is not natural. It is supernatural. Understand it good. That means it came from God himself. What you sow, if you sow betrayal, if you betray a person along the way, you will receive the same thing. And that is the reason God put that incident in the Bible with Judas. It came back to haunt Judas. And everybody who betrayed, everybody who sowed the seed of betrayal, they pay for that. Everybody who sowed the seed of good, they got blessed in return. It is what the Bible calls manifold blessing, meaning it comes double for that good that you did. Sowing goes two ways. You sow evil, you will reap evil. You sow good, you will reap good. That good is called blessing. When you sow betrayal, it's just a matter of time before the same thing happened to you. It will not be the same way, but it will happen. Thomas Fowler goes up and comes down, whatever. What he did, and he even went and lied on George Weah and said George Weah he ordered people to beat Moba Molu, naked him, and made him to do a video recording. Thomas Fowler. Imagine that. Moba Molu was constrained to come out and say that is a lie. Sir Joseph lie. I was never beaten by CDC. George Weah never ordered anybody to beat me. I was never naked. Nobody ever brought TD10. TD10. You know TD10 phone? TD10 phone. The least. Then to talk about sophisticated phone to recall me. That he enjoyed a very good relationship with his former boss, former President George Weah, and partisans of the CDC. He went to make it clear that as far as he knows, he's the only party chairman that enjoys considerable support. And he went further to say that seditions, they can even risk their life for the party officials. That everything Sir Joseph said was a lie.
You will not believe what they did to Moruba Molu. Moruba Molu today. One of the reasons he leaving CDC, they recall it. Molu, they pay somebody to kill Moruba Molu. They recall it Moruba Molu. They drugs Moruba Molu food and recall it Moruba Molu butt naked. Because of that. Because Molu was not happy for this kind of opportunity that lost in the country, that could have created thousands of jobs. In fact, 6,000 jobs was to be created in Grand Bassa County. The lubricant factory, believe what they did to Moruba Molu. Moruba Molu today. One of the reasons he leaving CDC, they recall it. Molu, they pay somebody to kill Moruba Molu. They recall it Moruba Molu. They drugs Moruba Molu food and recall it Moruba Molu butt naked. Because of that. Because Molu was not happy for this kind of opportunity that lost in the country, that could have created thousands of jobs. In fact, 6,000 jobs was to be created in Grand Bassa County. The lubricant factory, the tank farm, and the Bikina port. The people, in fact, the owner of that company is the brother of the president of Bulgaria. It was masterminded and it was a plan. And this, you will not believe what they did to Moruba Molu. Moruba Molu today. One of the reasons he leaving CDC, they recall it. Molu, they pay somebody to kill Moruba Molu. They recall it Moruba Molu. They drugs Moruba Molu food and recall it Moruba Molu butt naked. Because of that. Because Molu was not happy for this kind of opportunity that lost in the country, that could have created thousands of jobs. In fact, 6,000 jobs was to be created in Grand Bassa County. The lubricant factory, the tank farm, and the Bikina port. The people, in fact, the owner of that company is the brother of the president of Bulgaria. It was masterminded and it was a plan. And they sent petrol bomb. As the neighbors in the place there, they asked me if I was selling gas. Stanton, Only because they say the man lost vote and all they want making to lose votes. How? How can a political party spend 150 million and you lost election? In Monterrey County, I could not even afford to print my t-shirts, but I was elected. It was not about what you give to the people. It was about what they did to Moluba Molu. Moluba Molu today. One of the reasons he leaving CDC, they recall it. Molu, they pay somebody to kill Moluba Molu. They recall it Moluba Molu. The drugs Moluba Molu food and recall it Moluba Molu butt naked. Because of that, because Molu was not happy for this kind of opportunity that lost in the country, that could have created thousands of jobs. In fact, 6,000 jobs was to be created in Grand Bassa County. The lubricant factory, the tank farm.
That's PAP stand-up bearer, former CDC mayor Sir Joseph. I'm saying this to tell you simply that no matter what, Sir Joseph's conscience will never serve him right. It's just a matter of time. He will not stay in a deputy speaker position. He will not stay there. He knows exactly what he did. Unity Party people only use him as a pawn on a chessboard to get Richie Coon there because they needed the deputy speaker on the side. You saw how all of those things, take all of the factors, put it together, put it on the table, you'll see. He didn't want to, but they use him. Now he's coming with his political party. He wants to be president of Liberia. I'm not saying that this information is true, that we've been hearing that he and Richard Coon not in a good relationship. We know that it is normal along the way. Things can happen in office. You can disagree on issues. You'll fall apart for a while. You'll come back together. It is the normal. But giving certain things that can happen, listen, you can put two people apart. So I'm not saying that the information is true. Neither am I denying it. What I do know is Liberia has a culture called politics. Politics. Deception is the order of the day. Once they can get you to accomplish their aims, you finish. They're done with you. Thomas Fowler will be removed from over there. Thomas Fowler will feel every pain along the way for what he did. What did Moluba Molu say? Moluba Molu said Allah.
Untrue. I don't understand that. There has been no situation, not even close to any situation of the similar that Joseph described. I was never drugged. I was never threatened by a group of seditionists or any member of the party. As a matter of fact, it has been historically proven that seditionists will even give themselves to be burnt. They will give their life to protect their leaders. I enjoyed 6 years of uninterrupted peace. I'm one of the most blessed political personalities that eroded or led a political party for 6 years without a single protest as party chairman, where partisans did not only show love, but show commitment to respect and support. For 6 years, CDCs showed me so much love and support. Untrue. I don't understand that. There has been no situation, not even close to any situation of the similar that Joseph described. I was never drugged. I was never threatened by a group of seditionists or any member of the party. As a matter of fact, it has been historically proven that seditionists will even give themselves to be burnt. They will give their life to protect their leaders. I enjoyed 6 years of uninterrupted peace. I'm one of the most blessed political personalities that eroded or led a political party for 6 years without a single protest as party chairman, where partisans did not only show love, but show commitment to respect and support. For 6 years, CDCs showed me so much love and support.
Okay, before we get to the line, December 17th is approaching. Today is October 8th. And then after October, November. After November, December. From December 1st to December 17, 17 days. Get ready. Get ready. After the launch of CDC construction headquarters, the groundbreaking ceremony, followed by a Thanksgiving service, then you mark your calendar. Go to December and cycle 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 17. Don't go beyond 17. Stop at 17. The head of the group, Solidarity and Trust for a New Day, Mulba Molo, in collaboration with We the People Movement and other party or partner institutions, notify the Liberian government. They notify the government about December 17. December 17. This is constitutional. It is democratic. It is called for. Protest is not a war. Protest is not a declaration of war. It is only when people don't want it because they are enjoying, things are working well with them, their life is good, the others are suffering, they should stay in their suffering while they enjoy. So there should be no protest. Protest simply means a statement expressing oneself to a person or institution or government. That what a protest is. The word can be used in different ways. You will hear petition. Petition is the same as protest. Protest is the same as statement. Statement is the same as petition. Petition is the same as decision. Vow. What a person has to express, it is the same as grievance. You're taking it from in out based on what you see happening. It is also called dissatisfaction. The word protest, petition, assembly, and on got nothing to do with war. It has nothing to do with conflict. It is only when people who don't want it come up with these words. Oh, protest can lead to war. Protest can do this. Yeah, we tired. 14 years we fought in this country. We want no fighting again. All those you hear saying that are those who are enjoying at the detriment or the expense of the suffering masses, and they feel that the suffering masses should continue to suffer and say nothing and die in their suffering. So nobody should speak on their behalf. They should not even say anything. Those are the people, and they are the wicked people. They are the diabolical. They've informed the government ahead of time. So the government would not say they were not informed. They issue their statement informing the country that they've told the Ministry of Justice of their protest set for December 17. From July 17 to December 17. God himself is open to protest. God allows several protests to take place. Protest is a major democratic tenet. A government that does not accept protest, that government is seen in the eyes of the international community as dictator. A dictatorial government, tyrannic government, despotic government. As sophisticated, as great as America is, other countries around the world, they allow protest because they know it is a major democratic tenet. It is one of the measurements by the international community to give aid to your country. Liberia wants the 500 million. The MCC team was in Liberia. They concluded their assessment. They will be meeting in December to make a determination on Liberia's eligibility. Between now and December, they are watching to see how the government will live up to major democratic tenets. And one of them, this: how tolerant the government or intolerant the government is with issues. They've seen a number of things that they did to opposition people. All of those things border on bad governance. Liberia's eligibility for MCC criteria is slim. They might fall in the eligibility criteria, but also it wouldn't be a surprise when you hear the United States certain conditions why Liberia has not. So they're going to inform the government. Hear what they said in their statement. The statement is signed by the chairman himself, Mulba K. Molu Jr. The Solidarity and Trust for a New Day, in collaboration with We the People movement and other partner institutions, has formally notified, meaning inform with people that not oral thing. You go to the ministry and say, we want to see the minister. Say, yeah, you was small. 5 minutes, the minister talking with somebody. When the minister finish, they go in the office. Then the minister say, what are you here for? I say, we came to tell you about our protest on December 7th. No, that's not mortal thing. Yeah, that communication. They wrote a letter to the informer. We the People movement and other partner institutions has formally notified the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Justice of a nationwide, not Morovia, nationwide, meaning the whole country. So you get ready. Nobody will stay back. You get ready. That dry season, December, that dry season, and July 17th, they were hoping on the rain, small rain came and they say, oh, they can make it. They can make where they are. They were excited because the rain came and God said, no, the rain for only 5 minutes. Even as that, the people defied the rain. December 17th, no rain will be in dry season. So nobody will give excuse that it raining on our side. God will not allow no drop of rain to fall. Through the Ministry of Justice of a nationwide, peaceful, not violent. Nobody will do, but the government said convinced because they saw the 2 protests here. The government itself, they saw everything from CDC. The government acknowledged. Police Director Gregory Coleman came out, whether he was pretending or he was being serious, but he's out in the public. He said the protest, CDC, not CDC, but the Civil Society July 17 protest went peacefully. It went peacefully. They praised Nelson Fremont, 102. He came out to praise that the protest was peaceful. Not a single violence occurred. So they got to know the real definition of protest. So they can deny the people this time around. Peaceful protest scheduled for December 17th. Honor the rallying cry, meaning a theme. Lead or leave. Enough is enough. Meaning, Boakai must either lead, show leadership, or leave. Enough is enough. Write it down. In an official communication to the Ministry of Justice, the coalition reaffirmed that the people's demands remain clear and just. respect for the rule of law, and protection of human rights. These are some of the things they put in their statement to the Ministry of Justice. Yeah. What the reason they're coming out. These are just few. 1, respect for the rule of law and protection of human rights. 2, action against corruption, impunity, and selective justice. The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, you read a report. It too bad off. Widespread corruption everywhere. No reforms being taken by the Unity Party government to correct. Individual ministers, deputy ministers, assistant ministers, they're stealing. Corruption has overwhelmed the government. You go to IMF recent report on Liberia. That one of the things here. For the rule of law power, everybody knows the law only for Unity Party people is against non-Unity Party people. That's the country we're in. Protection of human rights. No protection. Can't protect anybody. Action against corruption. Impunity. Impunity is normal. Impunity means when you do something, it is wrong. The law knows that it is wrong. Everybody knows that it is wrong. But the people protect you since you're part of them. So you go free. Like Brian McGay issue. Brian McGay on impunity. Meaning nobody can go after him. Nobody can touch him. He's been protected. Even though it is proven that something happened. But because he's part of the power that be, they protect him. So he's on impunity. Meaning he going free. Nobody will harm him. And that's what you're saying. Impunity and selective justice. Selective justice, the same thing like use Brian McGay. Because he Unity Party man, one of Joseph Yuma Boaka political sons, they protecting him. You see what the police director doing? The police director justifying. They say they stay calling for evidence. They want to see evidence. Because Brian McGill is a Unity Party man. Sando Kroma, who is not a Unity Party person, the police director said the people saw the man Sando going in the house. People attested that he went in the house. Based on that, they are convinced that he raped. So they sent him to court quickly. The judge rendered judgment quickly. They carry him to South Beach quickly. He ran out in South Beach, a family crime. That's what they call selective justice. When you're not part of the government, you're not part of Unity Party, then the law will go against you. But when you part, then they protect you. So they select who to treat by the law and who not to treat. That's what they call selective justice. You selecting. 3, economic stabilization. The country, look at the commerce of the country. Look at the market. Look at goods and services. Look at the exchange rate. What do you see happening? No stabilization. The rate going up. It going back to 900. Even by the weekend, will go to 1,000. It going up. But they say they stabilize central banking with long statement. It going up. $5 US is 900 in Liberty. By the weekend, it will go to 1,000 or 1,000, 1,002. No economic stabilization. Things are hard. Price control. No stability in that area. Improve health care. 4, an end to gender-based violence and the selective prosecution of rape cases. The same thing I just said. A decisive fight against drug proliferation and abuse. For the one, the new man, he trying. I think that guy, Fitzgerald worth being the police director than Gregory Coleman. I think Fitzgerald, I hope Gregory Coleman ain't envying Fitzgerald because Fitzgerald really doing well. No reason why he has that name, Fitzgerald. Because all the people, all the leaders that I've known in politics with that name, Fitzgerald, they stood up to the reality. They performed. Fitzgerald really doing well. That man worth I was lying down last night listening to AB talking about his advances, the significant progress he's making. It just clicked on my mind, but the man was being police director. And I hope Gregory Coleman envying the mail because Gregory Coleman a jealous guy. Yeah, Fitzgerald needs to be in that position. 6. The adoption of meaningful reforms to lift millions of Liberians out of poverty and despair. Acute poverty. Things are hard. It's not easy. Listen. Let me pause there to tell you, it's not easy. In Liberian, what you can say in Liberian is shit. Meaning, it's very difficult. It's hard for some people to get kobo ma to easy and not easy. People, you're walking around. Hey, we can do the thing. Yeah. Oh, Abdullah, you say what? In your area is 920, 925. It's going up small. Abdullah say at 920. Yeah. It's going up. By the weekend, we'll go to 1,000. It's going up small again. Things really rough. Things really rough. It's not easy. Let me tell you, within the president's cycle, they themselves, they are admitting things are hard. Some government officials, some of our friends, they've admitted, they confirmed that the order is not easy. It's rough too. Things are really, really hard. Poverty means you don't get it. You want it, but you can't get it. But you see other people having it. But you don't get it at poverty. So what happened? Discouragement come in. Daba Molba Molu and his colleagues put in a statement from the observation of people of society. The adoption of meaningful reforms to lift millions of Liberians out of poverty and despair. Despair means discouragement. Some people now regretting why they voted Unity Party government. When you hear people say, as a Unity Party person, but I regret why I voted this government. I'm really regretting it. That despair they're showing so that the war I pronounce despair. That's what they're expressing. Meaning they are discouraged. When you hear people say, oh no, don't get despair. They're saying don't get discouraged. That's what the war means, despair. The adoption of meaningful reforms to lift millions of Liberians out of poverty and despair. The president said 10,000 jobs. Nothing. He said 10,000 Liberians will be trained in IT in 6 months. Nothing. They just get one picking, just running all around. They say JMB, so JMB doing that. Look at the play, JMB there. The economists, seasoned economists of the country, they're admitting that things are hard. Meaning, the investors that they say, oh, investors will flow into the country, nobody coming. Things not really working. Government projects can get off the ground. People are afraid. They're seeing the president falling down everywhere he goes. That is insecurity for any sound investor. The impetus or the encouragement for investors coming into the country is the viability, the vibrancy of the leader. Mr. President can hardly move around. And every president face to every president ability to attract investor is the president's face. It's the president's face. If people must come to your country, you must go and convince them why they should come to Liberia, why they should bring their investment to Liberia. It is not when people call you to a conference of everybody, then you think that you are attracting investors. No. Ellen Sirleaf, look at Sirleaf regime. Ellen will move from here, she will face multilateral, face investors and multilateral investors. She will face all of those people. She will get into gathering. She speak to them. She convince them, make a case for Liberia. And that's how investors were coming to Liberia, even though they were squandering the money. The Ministry of Finance, the various ministries, they were building houses in 2-3 months. People were building houses for themselves, their girlfriends there, boyfriends, because the money was flowing in, investors were coming into the country. Ellen could have done unprecedented with the opportunity she had. We'll discuss that another day. That is the reason why they will always lambast George Weah and can't go to Ellen, because Ellen left nothing. George Weah inherited nothing absolutely from Ellen. Everything that George Weah did, unprecedented development, his innovation, his exposure on the international scene, and his readiness to do, and he did. Mr. President says, yeah, he goes nowhere. You can't attract investors. Ellen was on the scene. Ellen was making the case for Liberia. You have to convince high-profile investors why they should come to your country. Before then, you should have a favorable environment, not intimidatory, not despotic, not dictatorial, not tyrannical environment. Because those acts that you show scare away investors. They see the president falling down. They're watching on the scene. They say, no, but we can't go to Liberia. That all of these things affecting the country. Because the many investors with a surety, guarantee, and security you have coming to the country, you have the economy booming. Jobs going to overflow. People going to earn money to keep their homes going. They can wake up in the morning with the understanding that they are going to work. And at the close of the day, they can have something in the pocket. That's how it is all over the world. But if nothing is happening, if there's no surety, no guarantee, no security, no stability, the president can move. If they ever saw the president, they saw the president falling off. Who going to bring their investment to the country? George Weah. What was George Weah doing? George Weah was moving. Before then, let me inject this as a reminder. What were they? Ellen, what she went, several places, man, several. Even she encouraged them to come. She made kids in her own country. When George Weah was moving, what were they saying? They were taunting George Weah. They were mocking. Oh, the man can say you go, the men are football man. Oh, they're not getting Jesse. They know all those things. Weah was attracting investors. That those, you see the investments today, you see the dividend rather from those things today. We are going down in history. The only president to give Liberia modernity, that means modern life, Weah goes down in history to give Liberia modernity. Modern life. Many things that Liberians, who are Sam Andrews, I never saw those things before. I never even thought that I would ever see it. That George Weah time. So I'm a living witness. All those things, look at those things that we have. Who ever thought, what government, what president ever thought, even though they knew military hospital, they went to countries, they heard government, they heard this person say, they heard people saying all those things. But was it necessary for them? No. They were concerned about themselves. We are put it. Look at the Emory Hospital. Look at all of those things all around. When you say modernity, those are the things. So when people come now, they look at it and say, oh, but we can invest this. If this president can build this 14 military hospital, build Emory Hospital, construct this one, we can take our investment there. Oh, we'll call Mr. President. We've seen you've done this, you've done that in your country. We have not seen before. We are so excited. And can we have a dialogue on how we get our investment into Liberia? That all the thing we are moving here and there. The Morgan we are. That's the dividend we see today. Once the president cannot get out, he or she will not attract investors, and it will cripple the economy. The government alone can. You need external import. The government can be the sole employer The government does not have that capacity to be the sole employer. That's why the government attracts investors to come in so that jobs are created for the people. Let me conclude. Since that day, the government's silence and inaction have only deepened public despair and widened the divide between the governed and those who govern. As the cost of living continues to soar and national hardship worsens, the patience of the Liberian people have been stretched to its breaking point. Against this backdrop, the December 17 Lead or Leave, Enough is Enough protest has become even more urgent, energized by the 2024 U.S. Department of State Human Rights Report on Liberia, which credibly documents egregious police abuses, including extrajudicial killings, torture, corruption, and arbitrary detentions. Equally alarming is the entrenched impunity and selective justice now defining Liberia's legal system. Rape and drug cases are selectively prosecuted based on political connection, evident in Minister Brian McGill's evasion of prosecution, defended by an Inspector General of Police who shields him rather than upholding the law, and George Kalondo, whose business faces serious drug trafficking allegations, yet remains untouched, likely due to government connection. These disturbing realities mark Liberia's end rape and no to drug campaigns, undermine the rule of law, and sustain a culture where the powerful remain above accountability. This massive people-based protest will take place simultaneously across all counties, with the main assembly set for the public grounds between the executive mansion and the Capitol building, where demands will be made directly to the president. Stan emphasized that peacefully assembling before the executive mansion is a constitutionally protected and non-negotiable right, cautioning that, unlike July 17, when police barricaded the area, the people would not accept any attempt to deny them access to their own grounds, calling on the national security apparatus to uphold professionalism and respect citizens' rights. Our movement remains peaceful, disciplined, and law-abiding, but let it be clearly understood the Liberian people would not retreat, would not be silenced, and would not bow to threats or intimidation. Solidarity for and trust for a new day. Stand statement, July 17 protests. Let's get to the line now. 0772 2399 33 0777 9803 75. You're listening and watching Let's Talk About It with me, Sam Andrews. Your host, Israel Bowiatsie, is on a major assignment. That's why he isn't in this morning. Hopefully, with God hovering, he will be here on tomorrow morning. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, President Evans, and good morning to our many followers. Let me say thank you so kindly for your talking point and discussions. My name is Watson P.C. Davis. I do join you from Slavery Client Community. And that's why we always follow Freedom Evans. And moreover, you guys,
Kings FM.
You are the guys that
Kings FM. Kings FM.
In our country, providing this and disseminating factual information to the Liberian people. But quickly to the issues. I'm interested in talking about the culture and tourism side, which is the Ministry of Information. You see, those guys have spoiled our culture. But I don't believe them. I believe Joseph Boakai. You can remember on the August, the United Nations Assembly when Joseph Boakai banned culture in our country. Can you imagine? It was pointing to someone else that understand our culture. So, on that basis, Jamaican piano will use the culture in those entities and insult permanent people in society. People like Zana Kumi, people like George Monowia. Can you imagine? It is demonic. but their masters told them to do that. The master is Joseph Mobaga. So thank you for affording me the opportunity to speak on the platform.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Thanks for sitting in for this. This is Tesla car and the visually impaired that keep walking to the fire to deliver. Look, that ministry, Ibaka was a serious-minded president. He need to make adjustment. Nobody asking him to dismiss, but he can shift them into another department and bring somebody so that the nation can be protected. Because mind you, some of the people that your information ministers are going after, they are very much popular figures not only in Liberia but outside of Liberia. Look at President Weah, look at Alexander Cummings. How can investors come? They don't have friends up there. So if they go on the social media, the only thing that they are seeing there, they're seeing the government attacking and insulting them. What is the environment that you are creating for somebody to come into this country? That is not supposed to be so. Look, what Alexander Cummings said that isn't true. When you say it's true, why are you doing it? What has changed? All we see you doing is completing project, lying, coming up with fake economic policy that is not holding water. The rate that you say you are bringing it down, why is it today? Gradually going back up. The rent price that you told you brought it down to $14, coming for rent today. That is not a reality. It's that people not suffering. So all that the brother said is reality. The only thing you needed to do is you deem it necessary that what Cummings said was not the factual, you provide the factual information. Quickly to STEM. Look, this is a time that Liberian people need to rally. You need to rally yourself. You need to come up and tell the government that enough is just enough. Because we gave them ultimatum. And they are not being able to even call us, but they drop people jump on the street. The following day, we saw them in meeting with one guy. But he has not been able to call STEM to sit around the table to discern a strategy. What can we do to improve our country? But all they are doing, continuously try to marginalize other political leaders. But we're not going to be quiet here. We're going to push the issue. And this is why we say, kudos to Malu. That's fine. He is civil society like, but we remember him as a vision. This is why we always with him in honor his endeavor for putting shields aside Joseph face, for staying in our faith, to lie on us, to claim that we bring his property, to claim that person we are requesting for a whole lot of kickback for investor, quote unquote, he will bring it to the country. Same to him, and we will always be standing with him because he made us proud by praising us, eating us outside of CDC. Thank you very much, sir.
Right. Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Midweek. Let's get to the women's line and we'll come back to the men's. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Oh, my man, that women's line, yo.
Sorry, brother.
No, go on. 0772 23 99 33.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning, Andrew. How you doing?
Yeah, Dr. Masisi.
Yeah, thank you. My brother.
Yeah, let's go. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. No, my brother, and you need like a scientist to tell you what we're going through in this country. No, the process, even the whole world is seeing that the people are going through hell. We're going through hell. Somebody come and say, oh, the people, what we saw the same glasses here, and we say in the same thing. The corruption is somebody again cannot coming up. So it's short political leader. What was the point? You come there, so it's short there, and you think you are doing the right thing. It's a young guy, he's so funny. The man will not fear and say he will instruct all the people that older than him like a boy.
You can change people's name.
Tell I just tell us. Let me tell my son. And then you understand what I said. And then you will not fear. You come to that. But then really will not fear. So those are the things for me. You can't do that to the country with suffering. That go in the street of Vata, go in that, go broadly. You say all in the street. That's it, call it, sending all in the street. But you told you going to keep everything in the country with the people of the job. You're going to bring people, but we're not seeing it. So someone that come and say, oh, when you saw the nurses, yeah, you don't even double bullet that time, then you come and insult. They will say, no, tell the platform what you doing for the country. Let's tell it what's going on. But look at how insulting like or something about Lila. It's wrong. They be insulting Boka will come or you Jerry Boka Trasa. They say Boka, oh, yeah, but you something not for. But you find people in that country, but I'll come and get your job. And what you can do. So for me, what's the family I can see for Boka? That's what you saw Lila. Then when you start Lila, then they get your job. When you can't for the get your job, and when you a job, we stop with Josie and Ryan. We set up for the people to the last good to go. They're running around a place. They're filling them up. So you see them, the product thing there. So it's not outside. I think okay all that day. But we'll come out, I will be in that office. That was there last night. And I will be there to end it. I will be there. You know, either leave or leave. I was going to tell them, there's something wrong. Thank you. When I fell apart, I can't see me in your own country. No.
All right, my sister.
Thank you. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Sir Andrew.
Good morning.
Yeah, Peter back calling for Joseph. Thank you very much. I will always say, I repeat that word on Balance FM just now. I say everything that going on in the country, Boka know about it. Boka, when you insult Boka, get you job. Anybody that abuse on Boka circle, Boka protect you. When you do wrong, Boka protect you. Let me tell you, Sir Andrew. Let Jeremiah Pia and Daniel Sano are insulting. The men will not move there. You will not move there because this man, when you cross, then you feel comfortable. They say the man experience. I can remember I was government time. Where you did for call, one go bring the basic politics and say, Congo was a meeting. President, we are suspending that the dealer said that. The man was saying no nothing. The man was suspending. The whole was saying yes. Mr. President, thank you. And the one I call leader, the boy was saying, boy, he know nothing. He never got wisdom. Where your own man, where your brain. Then second, in abuse, and it's no. As Sarah Gray or in a hot, they inviting. The question he was told, the Roy straight be our EPSC. After our letting that bring you the Facon.
You want off,
Yes.
madam?
So the last one and they fire him.
All
That
right.
can work in president. We get here and Boka go and put that kind of man. So that the kind of person that some person when you cross and they protect you. Thank you very much, my brother.
Hello? Hello?
Andrew.
Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mommy A for calling from Kawani, Georgia. You know, thank you so much for the topic on that discussion. You know, my brother, if you go in his country, to tell him about guy and his group, they are not here for we the common people. They're not here for we the common people in Nigeria. Because we are really suffering this country seriously. You see the Unity Party people, let me be bold and tell you, these people don't want you and my children must be compared to their own children. After them, must be their children to come and rule the country. It will not happen. It will never happen in this country. Because the country belongs to all of us. You know, my ministry knows.
Well, maybe he's still talking. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, fine. Oh, fine. Thank God. And you?
Yeah, I just want to thank you this morning. The information, Marcos, I know he hear what you said about saying what is going on, why it is doing. Because the only person that keeping the peace in the country are the fellow person. Thank you. And me, anything I do for the same, I don't regret it. You know, what we want to children will lead a bit on air and care tomorrow or your children tomorrow. They will be that person. They will be from God will be there. Anybody. Okay, now you have to do it. They cannot small not that because of the stress. Or some of Ali will have you to put a bit more of the food of your empire can be given. Okay, now hard. So for that reason, we say, take you say, oh, your holy water, say that the president is a war about the president will not get in support for the president. Getting it for your hotel, take you say, but we have to pay for what you.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Peter Carl. I'm going to thank you for what you proposed to send us. Sam, thank you for the program this morning. You made my day. No, I don't tell you something, Sam. This was saying we're not suffering. We agree. But when you wait for saying we're not suffering, when people are for now, I can't even know whether we're suffering or not, but I don't know. Anything is safe. we will say yes, sir. Anything we say to us, we will say yes, sir. They lie to the Liberian people, say we will not suffer. They lie. People for lying. People just, I don't know what they have in the party people. They don't know. They come people suffering. All over the whole country, everybody suffering. They all suffering. You have to say the people here, I tell you, buy a tie here. The people you ball. Right now, the people are money again. Everybody going back because no money. You go to no money. Can't no money. They go, the people suffering. Thank God for them. We pray for them. Say we are suffering. Everybody bad time rich. Let's try to another time rich. I don't know like when people why we suffer, we are suffering. I don't know. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Sam. Mama being from Tantra West Farm, Sam. You know the people they are not qualified to rule the country. The people they are looking at kind of way to be stealing. You know the people in Jeremiah Sarah, I know Sarah or Pia or Wolfer. He say in government, they tell government to be their power work. They tell government to be their power work. They ain't doing nothing for the country. They just making themselves famous. They're doing everything. That kind of way the country send this money. Share one. They are no AMC or CNC. Then in West Point, Nana, one United Party go to I say that Sunday. He say he's looking for opponent to post. I'm catching the money. I deal with it. First of all, I say you're lie. You can't lie. You can't tell me I'm gonna get my channel for scholarship. What is scholarship? You get my channel. I say my son, I go school. I say you see, we are a blessed party. Seriously, that blessed party, your king will lie and you will not government of lying. I said, seriously, government, we want you to be into this government. Everybody needs to be happy in the country. But you see your government now, everybody crying. No, these people are going away. Go in the market, there's money. When I enter in the market, they say, oh, they see the woman who can see. I say, you're putting a tear gear, they want us to go for our person and they tear gear. But now, I'm on my feedback, all great. The people are doing better for us in the country, the damage in the country. The God, yeah, what I say, you see, oh, business for majority, they talk that business for protein is going. Then they say, now they lie, they say, company coming, this and what, this and that. You go to the hospital, you test and they know you. Special someone unfair bonus. When we say we go to the hospital, they will kill injection or kill. So we just cannot live by tablet. We don't go to the hospital now. We look for our own people and know us, then they treat us. Now you're going on in the country now.
Okay.
Now you go to the hospital, no medicine. Said they go to the money and go to my physician in the community. I go find out. I say, oh, what kind of need you're putting down?
Okay.
Say, we don't know that.
All right. Thank you. It's understood. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Oscar Zigman calling from Gompassi in Nimba County. So, yes, sir, all this morning. You know, Joseph Boakai came to leadership with lies. The first thing he told us in this country that he came to rescue this country. But over the years, in flux, we are not seeing no rescue. 99% of the citizens are living under poverty, 50 cents a day. Then he came to rescue the country. And all the officials of government, they recognize him is insulting any political leaders. For instance, when some of them were in opposition, they were criticizing the President Weah government, saying that President Weah government is not able anything. But they are almost surprised the government that came to rescue us, they are in the government and they are exceeding the anything they can do when any official of government speak for the Liberian people, the native Joseph Boakai do to suspend you without no investigation. When they raise our censors there, the native they do, you essentially run away, will not arrest you. But when poor men go and commit crime, there is law in the country. But the officials of government, when they commit crime, there is no law. And you can see in the country, the police and the police director of the country have become parity police. He don't even live with citizens of the country. He act like he the only rooster in the country. But we don't mind. As Liberians, we are waiting for 2029. 2029, we will make sure that Liberians move them from there and bring CDC back. Because we are suffering in this country. Can you imagine? The man who came to rescue the country, taking almost 10 million overnight to go and build his luxurious properties in his own home. Oh yeah, saying that it's presidential party. Without even PPCC, going through PPCC. How they had the country will be?
Okay, Chief.
Thank you this morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It's better I said Pamela and Singapore than to be the Jeremiah.
What's your name?
Council. Better I said Pamela and Singapore than to be like those two people at Information Ministry. Because I feel that I train like them. I will not just get up to insult people because of my integrity. So because they do have integrity, this is why they behaving like that. So it's better. I go say Birabo. The man who was telling say the man was not educated. The man trained like that. They would hardly get to him. They are not disciplined at all. Then they can't put them over there. So do what? They don't satisfy them. Oh man. I'd rather say Birabo than to be like those two people. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Good morning.
Yeah, listen, pray for people. Yeah, Mr. Andrew, so the issue of Daniel Sando. Mr. Andrew, we're in serious problem. In serious problem with this government. You see how far I reach? But the last time, when Pastor David called on Kevin Deming show, when Daniel Sando was in the studio, when Pastor said, I know how he had between Yobi Lex. He caught him up for insulting Daniel Sano. But today, Daniel Sano is insulting people. They're clapping, singing praises for him. But when we open our mouth to insult Waka, they say the men are old men. We never voted for old men. We voted for president. Never voted for old men. You see how I read? It's not the whatever leader. Social in here, who may will come and say the good about them. They will come and clap for him. You see how I read? Then when we jump behind Waka, they say that, oh man, we not vote for women, vote for president. When you mess with, we'll put you in your place. You see how I read? We're in big trouble. Serious one. Thank you, darling.
Okay. Thank you too. Well, let's go back to the men's line. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. There's a mirror speaking from 20th Street. Mirror case to move. Good morning.
Mayor, you on the air. Oh, once the person say good morning, it means you on the air.
On the topic, the mirror topic. I just want to say something that you said. He said it right from the beginning. They see you so that why you weep. When you sow bad seed, you will weep bad seed, but people don't understand. So thank you.
Okay, Chief. You are right. What you sow is what you reap in life. You sow lie, you will reap lie. You sow truth, you will reap truth. Whatever you sow, that's what life is all about. You betrayed, you will be betrayed too. Okay. You have to be very careful in this country. Things are just not working. It's going to get worse. Sorry, not that we want it, but we have to speak the truth because we see the indicators, the signs are clear. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
This is AB calling from Manosville. You know, Andrew, like what you just said, what a man so shall he reap. That coming all enjoy we are flesh in America talking when in America about sanction. And they come back to him. That is small one that you are getting. They ain't getting a real one yet. That is small one. Don't pay that condition. The decision should not pay coming condition. Like coming there, all of them were behind job. We have to go for sanction in America. None of us. The decision. None of them will pay the coming condition. It's all right for him. It's good for him. While he sow, he's reaping it now. Thank you.
Have a nice midweek. A few minutes to 10 o'clock, just few minutes, and then we are out of the show for this morning. Let's talk about it. Kings 88.5. Liberia is all we got. Liberia is our priority. Liberia is what we talk on. Let's talk about it on Kings 88.5. Few minutes to go. So let's put this one in. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Sir Andrew.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah JP with my well, thank you very much, my brother. You see, the problem here is that Wakai, we all know, we are going to all on that Wakai is not a leader. They came to lose this country. And not a leader. You're talking about even Waka going to love you or whatever to bring back on this. Waka will leave from here and go in any country for somebody to take it serious. They will not take it serious. Just take a good look at Waka says. You think that says that when they go somewhere for them to go advocate for anything, they will give it to them for them to bring it. Waka will not bring it. Because everything that in this country, Waka came to this country to destroy the entire country that does not know, like people will say that and say, you think that God aligned Saul to be king of Israel for the children of Israel? It was because God did it because king was so good, or Saul was so good. No. For the children of Israel to know that when you request for the bad thing, you will get a bad thing. And the bad thing that people requested for is what they are seeing today. Waka is lack of leadership. The difference between Waka and Josh, where people don't understand is we have the wisdom, and Waka is lack of wisdom. Because he's not even said to be a leader, but like many people say, they requested for the wrong things and they needed it and they get it. For my brother, we will put this government to the fire, and Waka will lead this country. If he cannot be as the leader for this country, let him lead the position. And people who care about to be a president for this country, let them come in. So thank you this morning for the topic on our discussion.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You are on the air. Lower your radio.
Yeah. Good morning. You get me now?
You are on the air.
Yeah. This is one info on it now, but my ministry. Yeah.
So you went to recharge, eh?
You know, Joseph Numa Boaka, brother. Joseph Numa Boaka is not a hero for the country. You can see the paper face alone. Look at the paper face. The face alone can tell you that yeah, the mess of we are demon. We are demon. Seriously, I'm telling you, my brother. The mess of many we got no human feeling. Bro, we are suffering this country. I want to lie to you. We barely suffering. I am speaking to you, my mother Sagoli. That's not supposed to suffer in your country, bro. We barely suffering. There's nothing I can tell you. Only the suffering that will suffer in this country, my brother. But everything happen. Everything get done. Everything will go. By the grace of God, time will come. Greg Como, and say that my party like God. But time will come. Greg Como will face the moon at journey. So thank you for your time.
Few more than we are out. Let's see the women's line. If not, then we go to the comments. Recognize those who are following from here and around the world. Then we zoom out. Morning.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
I'm Mario calling from Mambaki. Yeah, Andrew, for what you say, I just want to appreciate you people because everything that happened here in that us. But those people, I don't know, who are very happy with Waka. As an elderly man, you're supposed to be one of the examples for this country. I think if my memory can tell me right, Waka is the only elderly man that I know in this country now as we speak. But if you got people just insulting other people, I don't think it is right. For Danielson, that whole information ministry has spoiled. Because they're not informing anybody what the government is doing. When somebody comes to say the truth, they come out to cause you. So the higher will just be the higher whole government will just die down. You know, Andrew. Thank you for the day.
All right, have a midweek, great midweek. Hello. Hello? You went off. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the air. You are on the air. Let's hear you.
Yeah, friend. Good morning. Yeah. People share a cost. They need to cost we are man, woman, everybody. Because all the physicians we are rushed for in the cow. All I want is they share a cost. If we get all the cost, we not in your own shoulder or to say our own street to street. We will cost back. I will not play with him.
All right. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Morning.
Morning. This is very well. Calling from Loma, give you the oil. I just want to tell you that the government, they know what they want. And I will continue to say it. They don't know what they want because they are foolish. For 2029, they will get us. That now they want for us to talk, we will talk. And we will confuse them. So they just wasting their time.
That all?
Yeah, hello?
You finish?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you
day.
too.
All right, Mama. Marcos Jide. Marcos Jide is following from where you Congo Town. Marcos Jide, Ambassador Lawrence D. Tyler Jr. says the information ministry has become a place of attacks and insults on the JNB field leadership. Samuel Colley is following from Gorbachev community. Aaron P. Mulba said, thanks for the show this morning. Thank you too for coming on, Aaron. Kevin Soko is following from the United States. Stanley A. Anderson, Waterside, Derek Twe Moritz, Abdullah, Milton Tor, Johnsonville, Vosu Gaiman, Papi Eskeita, Dupont Road, Moniba Jogbo, Gardnersville Supermarket, Richie Kwe, Maryland, Harper City, Samson Kere, Duada Sharif, Michael K. Carter, VOA 1 Community, Roland Deruto, Battery Factory Community, Japan Freeway, Levi Sandy, 12th Street, that's 12 Chicken Soup Factory, District 12 Chicken Soup Factory, Yasser Sharif, Dokat Billy, Phoenix, Arizona, USA, Boyman Koi, Japan Freeway, your residence, Chicken Soup Factory, Asata Miller, Soul Clinic Community, Dennis Sear, Nathan Swen, Seyon Town, Sia Faya, Lahai Masale, FDA Junction, Maxwell Yimpan, Rita Hart, Buakai Famule. Is that where you're following from? Your office, BK Net, Broad Street, All Ministry of Education Building. That's good. Horatius Jaka, the Township of West Point, Fatukonen, Kakata, Magibi County, Mambo, Menza, King Jaw, Grand Cape Man County, Moses Bessie, Grand Buchanan, Grand Bassa County, John K, Toweli, Sensikia Zulu, Josh Johnson from Douala, that's Justice Sumo from your workplace. Where is that? William K. Sumawolo, if you're watching from the United States, before they pass away, you are on, that's why, Drajahi Tuwele, what the name? Felix Max, Elijah Sipo, New Georgia, Gardnersville, Juji, that's J Tugbe, New Georgia, Sambo Community, MB, New Georgia 2, Bindu Kamara, Maxwell Yimpan, Arthur Scott, Mohammed Kamara. You're watching from Thailand. Spencer Mohammed. Spencer Mohammed, the Coxpoon Hill, Wentown community. I like the way they make it say Totman, Snamwolo, Dolo Town, that's Dolo Town, Magibi County, Patricia Brown, Rehab, ELWA community, Samson Zakba, UBA Bank, Faith Kelvin Bappin, United, Nima United, Titus Renning Jipley, Magibi County, and all of you great people. Ansu Famule, New York City. All right. That's it. Malu Fofana from 20th Street Sinker. So that's it. Thank you all for being with us this morning on Let's Talk About It on Kings 88.5. We're back tomorrow. Israel is in on tomorrow. Couldn't be in today due to a major assignment. However, he's back on tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday. Join him for the show. Thank you ever so much. If God permits, that's it. I'm Sam Andrews.